Okay, so I've in the last video I drew this box in order to help myself draw the side piece, and the box is 6 little blocks high and 35 blocks long, and I showed how to kind of put some marks on there so you know where you're at. And the goal is to use this grid to help us draw the shape of this side piece, which is an irregular shape. Okay, so we're going to get started with that now. So looking at this drawing, and again, I printed this drawing right from the PDF, and you can do the same, or you can find the drawing on the link that's on Canvas. Okay, so first I'm going to look, so what I'm looking at is where this side piece intersects with lines on this grid. So the first place I'm going to look is right down here along the baseline. And it looks to me like it intersects with the grid, not at the far left-hand side or at line 1, but just past the vertical line 1. Now, it's hard to determine how far past it, but if I divide the space between line 1 and line 2 in half, and then look at this, it looks like it's about halfway between that halfway point and line 1. So it's about a quarter of the way between line 1 and line 2. So I get over here on my baseline, and I'm going to look for line 1. So this is line 1, this is line 2, and I'm going to divide it in half first. Then I will divide this space between halfway and the one line in half. And I'm just going to put a little dot there, because that is this point right here where the piece of the side intersects with the baseline. Now I'd like to draw this line right here, that end. So I need to figure out where this piece here, where this, looking at this point on the side, where it intersects with that 0 vertical line. Okay, so here's my 0 vertical line. Now, if I start at the base, which is 0, and I go up horizontal line 1, horizontal line 2, it's above horizontal line 2, but below horizontal line 3, right? So I'm going to find that on my grid. Horizontal line 2, horizontal line 3, it's in between here somewhere. Now looking at this, it seems like this is a little above the halfway point, but not quite at the 3/4 point. It looks to me that if I divided this block into 3 equal parts, that's where that intersects. So it's about 2/3 up, and I'm just estimating, but I can kind of put a couple of tick lines on here to divide between horizontal line 2 and horizontal line 3 into 2 parts, and then put a little dot here. Now I've got 2 points that I can connect with a straight line. So I'm going to do that. It helps if you have a sharp pencil. And then I have that line right there. Okay, that's how I got started. I have a couple other straight lines. I have a straight line back here. I can put that one in here. So let's see, where is that? This is 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, and it's a little bit before 31. And again, if I divide this visually in half, yeah, that looks like it's about a quarter of an inch to the 30 side of 31. So this is 30, this is 31. I'm going to divide that in half first, then divide that section in half. So I have a little dot here. That's my point. Now this tells me I have 65.5 degrees. So that's interesting, but I don't have a protractor. So what I'm going to do is locate this point right here. So a couple things I could do. I could extend this line straight out and see where it intersects. It intersects almost with the very top here. This is 0, right? This is H1, this is H2. So it's just a tiny bit below H2, so I could put a little pencil line there. That's one way to do it. And then I could take this a pencil line and get your pencil kind of on that point, get your pencil so it's drawing on this point, and draw that line in. Okay, something like that. And then take a look. Does this look right down here? It does look kind of right. If I look at where this line intersects, I can take a look at where this straight line that I've just drawn, where does it intersect at 34? Kind of in the middle. Yep, that's kind of in the middle. How about at line 33? Right at that intersection. So let's look at 33. Yep, right at that intersection. So that seems like that's in the right place. But it doesn't go all the way to the end, so I might just erase a little bit at the end. Okay? So there's one more straight line that we can plot on this, and that is this line right here. Now, we do need to know where this line lands. So because they did not helpfully label theirs, we're going to have to count the lines over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to mark it as I go so that I will know. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wait a minute, let's see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, I forgot to start with 0. Let's try that again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yay. Okay, so 15, that's what I needed to know, because this line, this straight line here that's parallel with the top line, is just past 15. Now, if I kind of divide 15 in half, it looks like it might be just before the half that it starts. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to kind of divide it in half, and this is going to start a little bit before. And where is this parallel line? It looks like it is about a quarter of the way up. And this measurement tells us that it is exactly a quarter of an inch. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks and then a quarter of a block. So it's hard to estimate a quarter of a block. So what I'm going to do is divide a block in half first and then divide that in a quarter. So now I have a pretty good idea of where to start this. It looks like I'm going to start it kind of right there. And then how far does it go? It's 4 inches, so it's 4 full blocks. So I have a partial block, a full block, a full block, a full block, and then I'll have to have the other part of the block. So I'm going to just get my straight edge here ready so I can go from here to here, and I've got 1, 2, 3 and a little bit on both sides. So those are my 2 spots, and I've got 3 straight lines. In the next video, I'll show you how to do the curves.